Captain's log. Stardate January 20th, 2024. Those absolute degenerates on Mars were messing with Argent energy, and now hell has been unleashed upon the world. Conveniently, since this happened, Pineapple has nowhere to be found, and the halberd has been missing too. Pineapple?
Delta, whatever you do, don't go to Mars!
So that's where you've been, Pineapple.
You might want to call your ship insurance, too.
I was wondering what the smell of molten lava was.
Anyways, welcome to 225 at night, everybody.
Yeah, that's right. We are back, faithful viewers. I'm Delta225.
I am Pineapple. And tonight we are talking about Hazbin Hotel.
Yep, that's right. We're covering the works of Vivziepop, known as Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss.
Yep.
Which, of course, have been under a lot of controversy recently, and in general have had a very rocky and controversial history.
Yep. And that controversial history is bizarre, to say the least.
Oh yes, very much so.
Anyways, I think you need to share the screenshots with me, you piece of shit, and
Yes.
we can get into this.
That's what's happening here. Just like old times.
Yep. That's the first one.
There you go.
So, our story starts, at least where we're gonna start it. It starts in 2018, or maybe shortly before that. Vivziepop crowdfunds some money to make a show called Hazbin Hotel, and the trailer racks up millions of views.
Yep.
10 million views as of now, but millions of views at the time as well.
Oh yeah.
Then, with I don't know if it was Kickstarter or GoFundMe backing, she produces a pilot, and that pilot has gone on to make 94 million views.
Yeah, that's a runaway
people
success right there.
That's more people than live in Canada.
Oh yeah, that's more people than live in most countries, really.
And for reference, the reason why this is disliked, before this I watched the first episode and the pilot. I didn't like either, but that's
Well, there you go.
that's not necessary to this. Anyways, let's go next. She, because of the success of the pilot, she made a spin-off series called Helluva Boss, which the pilot managed to outperform the trailer for The Rise of Skywalker when both were new.
That's incredible, actually. Yeah, just goes to show at that point, interest in Star Wars really was waning.
Yep, I wonder why.
I wonder why, huh?
Anyways.
Alright.
But despite all this success, Vivziepop was getting some pushback, as she says here.
Okay, I'll delete later. I'm just kind of tired. Why am I treated so much more intensely toxic than so many other adult animation creators who have made shows with the exact same content? I'm being demonized for doing this as a teen, or more intense jokes than I've made in my projects. Like, that's so not puggers.
If we go next, it continues.
A lot of other creators in this male-dominated field are rightfully unafraid, but I actually really do care about what I'm putting out into the world and its impact. But I also want to just, make something I and my writers find funny, where others might not. So many people who likely don't enjoy the kind of adult comedy I enjoy watch my show and judge it in their way, despite it never really being something they'd enjoy, and I'm really, really so sick of it.
So, like I said, you would imagine response to someone like this, given she highlights male-dominated field, the response is the people that don't like it would be leaning more to the right of the political spectrum. That would be the assumption. But as But there was another one.
There's more.
So,
All right. You really don't have to like my show. You aren't obligated to like it. Should we read the rest of this, or should we just go on and continue?
we can just go on. But for some reason, there was a large contingent of Tumblr that didn't like it, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazi Tumblers. I'm talking about the stereotypical Fuck, I can't
The
speak. As usual.
stereotypical Tumblr user that would have attended
Yes.
DashCon.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
As can be seen from this.
Yeah, so over here we have Tumblr likes it, has a decent animation style. Tumblr hates it, really bad overall style. And then you see here, a good deal of the humor rests on outdated stereotypes. Gay characters.
Not
yeah.
really. No, not at all. I wouldn't say for.
Yeah.
Gay characters are one-off jokes or sex-up drug addicts. No. The main protagonist is gay, and she is neither of those.
Well, there you go.
Well, bisexual, but so that's half gay.
Ha ha, hanky panky.
Characters are horny fandom bait. How does that apply to Family Guy?
I really, it really, like that part there really doesn't apply. That sure, like the first three do apply to Family Guy, but not this last one.
Nope, not in the slightest. And hey, Arctic Duck, hey Morgan. Didn't announce everyone this time. Anyways, next. Though.
Next one.
Anyways, here's a conversation. I'll be the first and third. You can be the second person.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm fine with people not liking the pilot, but I'm low-key sick of people going after Vivzi for things she's apologized for or have been debunked.
I'm not going after Vivzi here. I'm focusing on the show, which is bad and unfunny and lame.
True, but I don't like this person because he likes the Even Universe.
Yeah, he's kind of weird.
And I did confirm this is a he, him. So I'm not misgendering. I'm not misgendering this freak.
You actually went and checked.
No, it was on the post that I
okay,
saw.
Alright.
And then Lee here says, didn't they literally say a slur in one of the new ones? I haven't seen any of them, so I only have secondhand information.
Yeah, they say the R slur in her new pilot, Helluva boss, Peachy.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Demons in Hell said retard!
Oh no. Yeah, demons in hell say bad things. It's like, if it were accurate to Christian lore, that would be the least of their worries.
Yep, but it isn't.
It's not.
But, anyways, next. So much so, and more to drive home that it's these types of people that are shitting on Hazbin. They made a fucking pride flag for hating Hazbin.
Okay.
This is apparently a gender now.
Not liking Hazbin Hotel or Vivziepop. Alright. I mean, like, yeah, you can dislike the show, but it's like kind of funny basing your whole identity around it.
Anyways, next.
What the heck is this font?
I have no idea. I got all of the screenshots off of Kiwi Farms, so
okay.
At least most of them. So I don't know. Anyways,
right.
And this is a K-pop stan saying, "Lamau, these dirty cousin fuckers think they're so highly of themselves, and they're little pornographic spiders. Has bitches mad? Are you mad that you can't have a taste of angel dust, sweet spidery cock?" And this person, this K-pop band, posted this in replying to someone who is a fan of Hazbin Hotel, pointing out that K-pop fans were cutting themselves and using Hazbin Hotel tags.
K-pop stans do be K-pop stans.
Indeed.
All right.
I think you missed one.
No, it's...
Oh, no.
That's the next one.
And then here's a mod of one of those anti-Hazbin tumblers saying I'll let you read this.
All right. You can learn an awful lot about a person based on whether or not they think that awful "oh daddy" joke was funny. Edit. The joke was that all y'all
Sexual harassment.
Yes. All y'all were laughing at blatant SA.
Yes. The context removed. The person was trying to kill the person who said "oh harder," and this moderator of one of the anti has-beens, I was gonna say sub, but Twitter blog took issue with that.
Oh yeah.
And said that was sexual harassment.
Isn't it like okay? Like correct me if I'm wrong for anyone who's seen it in the chat. I think isn't there like many cases of actual SA just shown on screen in the show or whatever?
I'm pretty sure there is, but it's hell, and these are fictional characters.
I mean, it's a controversial topic with a lot of like nuance and everything like that. But anyways, that's not something we're getting into.
From what I've seen, there isn't anything. There isn't anything super offensive given the context, but like I didn't. Apparently, some really racy stuff happens in episode 4, but there isn't. But from what I've seen, it's fucking the tamest thing I've ever seen for this concept.
I mean, yeah, of course it would be. It's not on an adult site. It would have to be tame at the very least. But anyways, next one.
Because of the rampant A logging, several of the prominent has-been hate blogs got taken down, as shown by here.
Rest in peace has been hostile and crap bin motel. You fought hard against the stands but fell ill to the simps. You will always be in our hearts. It's kind of cringe, not gonna lie.
It is cringe.
All right.
And finally, the show got greenlit to actually produce episodes.
Yep. I can't express like how excited I am. I never imagined this a project I've carried and worked on for so long would have reached this point, and I can't thank A24 enough for having faith in me. Thank you, everyone who wants to see this story told. Thank you.
Yep. And the response was as you expect. If we go next.
All right. Can y'all actually Yeah, go ahead.
Can you all actually greenlight a good show that isn't full of homophobic stereotypes?
Yeah, literally, who asked for this? Meow meow.
Why the fuck? Like, why do you have to make my week the worst than it is? What the fuck? This person is saying their week was made worse about a show they don't have to watch.
Oh my god.
Look, I don't like the show either. I think it's shit. But it doesn't bother me that it exists.
Yeah, I just don't watch it. That's the solution. And thus, and as a result, I don't know much about it, and I'm better off for it.
Yes, Lilac, I do remember you, but we're staying on topic.
Yeah, we're staying on topic. Anyways, it's like, wow, and I had respect for A24 too. Darn, it's all gone now. Oh.
So not poggers.
So not poggers.
And then this person called a Dom brominating her sub writes this rant on Vivziepop and Hazbin here.
All right, let's see this. Okay. People acting like you have to support Vivziepop or you don't care about marginalized creators are a bunch of scammers. Because the only reason she seems like the only option for a step forward is because the industry's racial bias towards creators and their content. They made a racist homophobe a showrunner with the identity of a bi woman to lessen the blow of that and make you ignore it. So you're forced to have to keep supporting horrible people just to get any crumb of progress. And buying into that just keeps things stagnant, yes?
With the identity of... They made a racist homophobe a showrunner with the identity of a bi woman to lessen the blow of this supposedly racist homophobic show. So this person here is calling into question if Vivziepop really likes women.
Wow,
progressive.
that's yeah, real
progressive.
progressive here. Real yeah. Yeah. Isn't yeah.
I've seen more. I've seen uber progressives basically try to make it act like bisexuals don't even exist because for the express reason that it supposedly takes away from actual gay people.
I know someone who would be very much offended by that sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, not demanding more and settling for the bare minimum where that bare minimum is harmful is exactly what these racially biased executives want. There are way better marginalized creators with actual helpful content, but you're shielded from seeing that, so you're forced to settle. So it's not being ungrateful or turning on our own. It's just no one
It is cannibalizing your own.
Yeah, it really is.
And I thought white nationalist purity spiraled too much.
Yeah, that's just kind of the thing with extremists. They don't like their own kind.
Nope.
It's just no one wants to be forced to claim a racist, homophobic, white passing woman for crumbs.
White passing. She is Hispanic. Vivziepop is Hispanic, so white passing. Once again.
So this guy's racist.
Once again, trying to invalidate Vivziepop of being bi and non-white because he doesn't like the show.
That's yeah, this guy's racist. And also what's the word for it?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. We deserve better than this. If you don't think we do, you're part of the problem and part of the scam.
How is it a scam though? An LGBT person of color got a show about a bunch of homosexuals on the air, and that's a scam for you. Why?
Yeah, why? Like, shouldn't it be actually like an amazing thing? At least, like, in concept. The show itself. The show itself.
I get it.
Yeah.
You don't like the show, but don't pretend. Don't pretend it's a moral crusade.
Well, yeah, we're not over here pretending the show is any good. It's because it's not.
No, not at all.
But like, this isn't a big moral. Stop trying to do this. You know. Anyways, also, it's probably not a coincidence that I've been seeing mostly white animation fans get mad at other marginalized creators for complaining. If your progressive media only satisfies white people and like makes people mad, then maybe it's not actually progressive. Just saying. Again, racism.
Yeah, indeed.
Like,
anyways, next.
I think that's it actually.
That was not it.
That was not it?
Wait, was that it? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Forgot.
Okay, alright. So, alright, in that case.
However, so with the backlash Vivziepop was getting from these types of people, you would think she is some kind of extremely right wing. Not even extremely right wing, even slightly right wing. Well, the problem is, as we're about to see, she is very much not and is an idiot on social media.
Mm-hmm. Imagine saying something like social justice is a disease and not realizing how gross that sounds. Seriously, guys. I can't say that because PG help. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right. Anyways.
Okay, okay, that I can I can partially defend that because social justice as a concept extends beyond just the blue-haired Tumblr he says who hate the show, but at the same time shows you what her views are. So
Yeah. PSA: if you defend ICE tearing apart families with the excuse of, but they came here legally, do us both a favor and unfollow me right now, because this daughter of an immigrant ain't tolerating your unempathetic bigot and doesn't want you watching her content. Thank you.
once again, okay,
All right.
she's being heavy-handed on a sensitive topic, but I can somewhat see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Even if illegal shouldn't should be stopped and deported. Separating children from parents isn't a good thing.
Yeah, of course. Like separating children from parents is never a good thing. They should be together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either either way, but it just continues to devolve as we.
Okay, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, champion of gender equality, dies at 87. And then she retweets that with a broken heart.
Yeah. This was when Trump was still president, so this meant they could appoint another justice to the Supreme Court, allowing which allowed which which allowed the court to lean more conservative than liberal. Which is funny considering now progressives are hounding on Ginsburg for not retiring while Obama was still in office.
Oh, wow.
And now they hate her because of that.
Isn't... Yeah, really. How the turntables.
Yep.
And she says, today sucks.
In reference to what that was. So
Okay, alright.
once again, given her political beliefs, she hasn't gone off the she hasn't gone off the deep end yet. She's obviously liberal minded, but these aren't really hot takes.
Yeah, they're not hot takes. They're not any takes that would be like getting you blacklisted from anything.
And then here's a tweet here's a tweet that she liked about a Trump rally that was going on in the midst of COVID.
Yeah.
And then she also replied to it. If we go next, she says, if we go back though, the tweet said, "A crowd of Staten Island today sending the president well wishes by giving each other COVID." At this, implying what this means, she's laughing at these people and that these people will potentially die.
It's like, haha, these people are giving themselves an awful disease and they're gonna die. Ha ha ha.
Giving themselves a deadly disease, and now they're going to die.
Yeah, that's you shouldn't be laughing at that. That's very messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, and she did it on Maine, so.
Yeah, did it on Maine too.
Anyways, and here's January 6th. We all know that happened. A bunch of boomers took an undocumented tour of the Capitol.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And the police and the Capitol Police just let them, as was shown here. After opening doors, they just left.
Yeah. And then she replies, "Hey, so we need the police. Why exactly? 'Cause like, what the heck is happening?"
Yep.
And then she continues by going, "Dude, people are really still going there with, yeah, so cops let them storm America's Capitol and shoot someone, but they just have, like, flags and stuff. It's no biggie. That's not terrorism."
I'm checking you, Vivian, Vizzy. It was actually the Capitol Police that shot a Trump supporter, and that was the only fatality that day. The rest of them The rest of the people hailed as heroes died afterwards and were Capitol police officers who died afterwards mysteriously of either heart attacks or suicide.
Hmm.
Really makes you think.
Really makes you think.
I'm like I said, I think, to be completely clear, it was absolutely mind-numbingly retarded that the Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building and just walked around.
Well, yeah, of
Like
course.
it was stupid.
Mm-hmm. Like the fact that they were able to just storm the Capitol building to begin with is
The
stupid.
fact they tried to, the fact they did it was stupid, and the fact they were able to is stupid. The whole thing was stupid.
Yeah, this whole thing was stupid. Like what? Like no matter what perspective you look at it it's just dumb.
Everything about it was dumb.
Mm-hmm. But anyways,
Next,
next one. Terrifying,
and then
disgusting. I cannot. And then
I cannot make hashtag MAGA terrorists.
oh boy.
Like
Yeah.
I said, this downward spiral continues.
Okay, here we go. The best.
So
Yeah.
wait. Did I get things out of order? I probably got things out of order. Go to the next one real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I got things out of order. So, being pro-life and saying you believe in common sense is nothing short of having a brain of a literal animatronic Lamau. Responding to Scott Cawthon saying that he's pro-life and believes in common sense. Now, I'm not going to get into the debate of pro-life versus pro-choice. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
for this stream, it doesn't matter.
But if we go next,
Next or back?
Vivziepop set here.
Yeah.
Back says.
The best part to me is he lists all this stuff, but considering Republican politics, he's basically saying that his Christian and pro-life stance outweighs his stance on science and equality and everything else that they actively work against. Lol.
I don't think there's anything scientific. It's a moral pro-life versus pro-choice is a moral debate. There isn't any science about it. Short of, it's a matter of when people are willing to draw and consider someone a person who's developing based on
Based on how much they've developed.
Yeah, which is morally ambiguous, because someone who I'm just gonna say, someone who is a woman who's just inseminated and the cell dividing. Yes, it's a clump of cells, but it's gonna turn into left uninterrupted, it's gonna turn into a person who is their own person with thoughts, feelings. It may not feel it then, but it would feel it later on. Whether or not you would say it is then ethical to, terminate that fetus's existence at, not even fetus at the beginning, but anywhere from fetus, the cells to the fetus, whenever. Whether or not you would say it would be ethical or not, I'm not going to weigh into.
Neither will I.
It's going to be, but the reason that it's going to become a person is justification enough to say it's not a matter of science. It's a matter of morality.
Pretty much at this point, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So you had this here and this here.
Yeah. Anyways,
Scuffed
next.
stream. All right.
Either way.
All right.
Either way, this was something that happened before. Despite giving okay to the cancel mob of Scott Cawthon for being a Christian, who's a pro-life Christian. This is what she had to say about cancel culture before.
It's really funny to see people who have defended a creator from unfair and unjust harassment suddenly act betrayed by that creator when they do or say something they don't like. Maybe that's how a lot of people feel, like a lot of the time. Maybe we should just always be against harassment of creators, whether we're critical of them or not. Food for thought. I will never be okay with harassment, but criticism is a constant when you make literally anything. Also says this.
Yep. There's more of it next.
Yeah.
She had also said, this person quote tweeted her thing shitting on Scott with this.
Yeah. It says, am I the only one who despises cancel culture with the passionate fire of 1,000 suns? It sucks because there are real dangerous people out there online, and people waste their time calling out edgy art or jokes someone did years ago, or full making stuff up with zero research. So, and she also says this.
Yes.
Bit hypocritical there, I'd say.
Yeah, bit hypocritical because Scott made political donations years and years ago, and it's not. But now he should be canceled because of them. Vivziepop then responds by saying,
okay, I'm seeing this much, so I'll say my piece. The definition of cancel culture, like many things, has been hijacked. People who use it, who genuinely say or do things that cause backlash. Actions have consequences. I still don't believe in people harassing or not allowing people to change. But again, she says this.
Yes, not to mention, this was something that happened, that Scott donated to years and years ago, but it's being drudged up. It was being drudged up to...
in 2021.
Yeah. For what reason?
Because they wanted to cancel a famous person. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. And then she goes on and on again. Cancel culture is used incorrectly constantly by creators or powerful people since I made this tweet.
That's what you just read.
Oh, yeah? No, it's not. It's still...
Oh, yeah, it is more. Different. It's similar. Different.
But still, it's a thing that happens and is bad. Absolutely. I don't think anyone should be attacked. I have never once condoned that. Everyone should be able to change. Again, she just talked about how Scott made those donations years and years ago. I made a reply about thinking a statement made by a guy I don't give, like, two hoots about was blatantly contradictory and funny based on politics. It was a basic Twitter hot take and it had consequence. Ironically, people assuming the worst and harassing me about it. Go figure! Also, to all those accusing me of hypocrisy because I tweeted about hating cancel culture, I still do for when it's happening. I even had said there are dangerous people out there. I do think donating to groups who do active harm to others counts within that, but that's all.
I would disagree.
I also would disagree, but and also that was years ago. Yeah.
Anyways, next. She then started, after that the backlash she was getting, she deleted those tweets.
Of course she would.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it would be in her best interest too, considering, well, she's now a big figure, and she would have to...
Yeah, she's a public figure, and she's dumping on another public figure, so...
Alright.
And then but she then continues.
Yeah. Wow, cool. So I, replied to a tweet my friend made with a hot take about Scott's statement, and now I have been doxxed. You guys happy now? Actually, you guys suck.
Doxxed with 2 X's instead of 1. It's incorrectly spelled.
Look who's the hypocrites now. Oh my gosh. Don't you people dare act like you have the moral high ground over me. So they don't get hurt. Those addresses are not where I live anymore. So you can't get to me with them. Hope y'all take a look in the mirror to see if kicking someone down and doxing them is okay when it's someone you don't like. Thought you hated the cancel mob? Shut up. You've been canceled before. You're a hypocrite adding to the cancel mob. I wasn't canceled for what Scott did. And I didn't encourage his harassment with what I said. Doxing is abhorrent. But look what y'all are doing to me now. Gosh.
I'm not gonna co-sign it, but if you want to say something inflammatory on the internet, expect to get, and you're a public figure, expect to get blowback for it.
Yeah. It's I don't condone doxing, obviously. But also, you're gonna get backlash if you're a famous person on the internet and you're throwing shade at another famous person.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, next.
The
Okay, yeah,
thing is, someone
that's already
also
here.
pointed out, she says he doesn't, and she doesn't care about him at all.
Despite the fact she made that whole like tirade about him.
Not to mention, if we go next, she made a short film on his work,
Oh.
or rather, contributed to a short film on of his work. So,
So she very clearly does give a hoot about him.
to the extent, he created something she likes.
Mm-hmm. Anyways.
And here's another one of her random outbursts because she saw someone else mention it.
Yeah. If you're someone who criticizes media, especially queer media, I recommend you come up with a better way to describe your issues than fan fiction. It's not the gotcha you think it is. Fan fiction is one of the only place queer stories have existed widely for a long time.
Okay, and
What's
just
the
because
point?
just because something sounds like fan fiction tier writing, and lots of fan fiction includes gay ships, imps, it doesn't mean that someone she's about to say it's low key homophobic, but it doesn't mean that. It doesn't necessarily mean that when someone says it.
She gets. I guess she has that. She has that definition very very skewed, very misconstrued.
Yep. Someone
Anyways,
respond.
all right. Do you want to do this or do I want to do this?
I'll read it.
Okay.
It's rather disingenuous to claim that anyone. There was another tweet where she basically said the same thing, but retweeting and quote tweeting something else. This person says it's rather disingenuous thing to claim that anyone who claims that something sounds like fanfic writing and use this is scuffed. We're using it for anti anything except bad or self-glorifying writing. I've never heard it used for homophobia of all things. But like anything, it's never universal.
All right. Scuffed grammar, but overall a level-headed take.
What this person was saying that comparing work to fan fiction, isn't homophobic.
Yeah, exactly. And then she replies here, it's contextual. If you call a queer story fanficky, it has a nasty connotation. Fanfiction is as vast as fiction itself. So what is it about something that makes it fanficky?
Writing and shipping.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Basically, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is a fanfiction.
It literally the whole trilogy is like a fan fiction.
It really is, though.
Pretty much every one of the main men pines after Rey.
That's true, though. But yeah, we get the gist of it. We go next. And then this person
says queer people being underrepresented does not absolve anyone from criticism.
Mm-hmm. Lol, not what I said. I just think claiming something queer is fanfiction is revealing and dumb. If you have any criticism worth listening to, that shouldn't be a word used, in my opinion. And then
nobody dismissed queer media as fanfiction just because it's queer, though.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. They dismiss it because it's poor writing and like very obvious shipping.
Yeah. And then here is someone else quote tweeting this.
Yeah.
Where that was left out before. It says, I could write an essay. You can read.
All right. I could write an essay on how specifically the fanfic term being used for criticism is rooted in thinly veiled homophobia. Having issues with how romance is done is one thing, but I wish I could ask some of these people what deems something fanfic and see how they defend it.
Or pour over the top writing and shipping that is also over the top.
Yeah, that's a fan fiction right there.
Like I said, to bring up the sequel trilogy, the bad guy pined after Rey, the black guy pined after Ray. The white good guy pined after Ray.
Everyone, all the men pined after Ray. Went after
Yes.
Ray. Mm-hmm. Anyways, this person then says,
When characters who otherwise wouldn't go well together are basically forced into a relationship, usually rushed, for the sake of appealing to fans for personal wants instead of natural chemistry or original intent.
I mean, sure, but that happens in like 90% of animated movies, and it rarely ever gets called fan fiction. Does it, though? Does it?
No, it does.
I was about to say, yeah, it doesn't really.
Like romance plots are it, like the romance in what she's referencing here is like Disney movies, but uh, Disney movies, the whole plot is the whole plot of Disney princesses is essentially one note that it's a cliche.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we don't have to call that fanficky. We can compare it to the one note romances of Disney.
Yeah, exactly.
The hot and heavy shipping. I, there's another thing. Like those types of romances, they're not sexual in any way.
Yeah, in Disney, it's not steamy in any way, in at least in most Disney films. Yeah.
Meanwhile, what Vivziepop's alluding to here, what I think is going on here is people. I don't know if it's directly comparing her work or some other work, but I'm guessing it was in whatever that. But definitely, Hazbin Hotel is overly sexual,
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
probably the other work being criticized was also overly sexual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Considering she's freaking out this much about it, it's probably her own works that are being compared to fan fiction.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a shit. Like I said, the sequel trilogy is fanficky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, and then Han Solo showed up, and then
he gets stabbed by Kylo Ren, and then Kylo Ren kisses Rey, and it's like this big giant thing. And then Palpatine returns, and then
Leia
like,
shows up, and
there's a bunch of ships, and he said Palpatine returns, and he summons them. Oh man!
Like I said,
oh my goodness, yeah. The sequel trilogy is very fanficky.
and there's only a small trace amount of homosexuality in that, and that so small that it could be edited out for Asian and Arabian markets.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
this person continues. In regards to queer representation, this criticism can be referring to how stereotypical fan fictions portray the same-sex couples in very stereotypical / fetishized way. Is that for self-satisfaction? There we go. That's what I was trying to say.
yeah, there you go.
Or shipping
Rather than chemistry.
rather than chemistry distracting from well-written queer stories in the process. On a more general level, it is something is referred to as fan fiction-y when elements are handled with the complexity or exhaustion of a stereotypical fan fiction. Execution, fuck.
Do you want me to take over?
No, I can do this.
Okay, all right.
Which is usually written by amateurs or children. Essentially, it's something poorly handled in a certain way. Basically, I could see the argument something being fan fiction in actually in strict opposition to your assertion, arguing for good queer stories by announcing poor rep as something an unexperienced fetishistic writer would portray.
And then she responds, I think everyone wants more good queer stories. I think part of it is perspective. There are a lot of weird people who write fanfics. There's also a lot of queer writers of good fanfics. As a queer creator telling queer stories, I think it's a nasty, outdated term for critique.
So she backpedals.
Yeah, okay. Pretty much.
She's essentially saying but the good fan fictions, which aren't.
Yeah, that's very few and very far between.
Next
one.
I disagree. While there are good fanfics that break the mold, a vast majority fall into the category I've described. So when something is called fanfiction-y, the average person won't associate it with the mold breakers, but with the negative standards, which is still prominent today.
A vast majority. I feel like that isn't true. I think that's true to people who don't know anything about fanfiction and regard it as that silly, childish thing fangirls do, because it is. Because that's literally what it is. That's literally what, like, 99% of fanfictions are. It doesn't make it a good way to criticize just because the average person will get it. That's lazy.
It does, though. Being able to use simple language to convey a meaning is the hallmark of intelligence.
Yeah, because it means that many, many people will understand the point you're trying to make, especially if that point is actually pretty accurate. When comparing a fanfiction-y work to fanfiction.
Exactly. And like I said, like we've already said, the sequel trilogy, barely any gay in it, but the most expensive fan fiction I have ever seen.
Oh my god. And then she uses the knife, and like the knife exactly aligns with Death Star, and she finds it, and then she sees an evil version of Rey that has like a lightsaber, and she has like sharp teeth, and then oh my god. Oh man. Okay. Next.
Yomi soda.
Oh, well. I bet you missed that, huh? Getting all that soda. Okay.
And here's her getting. I also think I scuffed the order in this one.
Did you? Hold up.
Actually, did I? Yeah, here we go. No, I didn't.
Okay, all right. Anyways, I don't know much about this indie short thing, but I do know if you say, "Hey, I need a voice actor" on Twitter, you will get fresh qualified talent, or at least 20 people with Yeti mics doing impressions. There is literally no excuse to use an AI voice of someone no longer living. This isn't even a condemning of the person who did this, because they apparently apologized, and that's great. This is for dummies arguing the defense of doing this. It's not hard to find VAs willing to work for low or for free, and using a dead person's voice is messed up? Yeah, geez Louise.
All right, so what this is in context to, I'm sure many of you have seen it. There's a great stop motion animation short film called like Scooby-Doo and Springtrapped, which is essentially the Scooby-Doo and go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and do a Scooby-Doo episode about it, where the big bad phantom is William Afton. in the Springtrap suit, and
he always comes back.
And it is frankly amazing, the craftsmanship, and the creator wanting it to be as faithful to the original Scooby-Doo shorts, as possible. Use AI voices to recreate the voice cast of most of the original characters. One of the voice actresses, I believe, of Velma, of the old show, got mad about this and basically threatened to have this guy blacklisted in the industry because of this, and forcing him to backpedal. Now, I get AI generated work is a heated topic among creatives, but at least with like AI voices, how that works is you train is probably the least the
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 least
least
automated part of AI generated works.
because you need to because yes, you need to train an AI model to voice to someone's voice, but you also need to get someone to give a voice performance that is half decent, so then the AI voice can wrap around that performance.
Yeah. You see all those
Pretty
like
much like it's pretty much like Vocaloid in a
essentially, yeah,
sense.
like really advanced Vocaloid. So if you see all those like AI covers of songs, they're essentially taking like the stems of the original song, isolating the vocals and wrapping the AI around that. That's why it's
Exactly.
that's why it's so accurate, because it is the original vocals just with AI wrapped around it.
Yeah, and it's why in the Billie Jean cover by Mr. Krabs, uh, Mr. Krabs can hit those high notes. Not because someone typed in a prompt and it did that, but probably because it sampled Mr. Krabs gasping as his high range and
Yeah.
used that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's our whole spiel about AI voices and all that. However you feel about it is however you feel about it. With that being said,
Just
next.
know it is the least invasive. It is the least invasive, and I would say least offensive way of doing it, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then this person then says, "Bad take, to be honest. This is exactly what AI should be used for. Agreed.
Oh yeah.
Tiny indie projects from passionate poor people. I don't want to hear anything about muff theft when the video that put you on the map used someone else's music without permission when you could have hired
Yada yada yada.
animators."
Yeah. Passionate poor people have been making indie or fan stuff since the dawn of the internet without stealing voices with AI. If you honestly believe this, you are beyond help, bro. Lol.
I, I see you're ignoring that your own indie content was started based on stolen music. At absolute best, you're a complete hypocrite. At worst, you're actively trying to prevent new talent from growing in the exact same way you did. The thing is, the music, and this is exactly right. When it
Yeah.
comes to copyright law with music, it is extremely restrictive that even technically covering a song isn't fair use unless your cover is some sort of parody of the original.
That or it changes it so much that it essentially becomes an entirely different experience that isn't meant to replace the original.
Yeah, but that essentially falls into parody.
That can also fall into parody depending on how you put it.
Yeah, but um, but from the sounds of it, I don't know. It seems like Vivziepop just did an animation to already existing music, which is quantifiably illegal if you don't have the rights to it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to throw stones because the pre-stream audio is just ripped from the internet, and we don't have permission or
That's true. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be like
care.
we're not going to be going like, "Oh, this person used illegal copyrighted music." Oh, God. No. How hypocritical would we be?
I don't care. It's just the fact. It's just like Vizzy is putting a stink about supposed theft when she essentially did the same thing, and arguably worse when it comes to copyright law because there hasn't been any legislation established about using someone's voice for something like this.
Yeah. But anyway, here she says, "It's not stolen. Using something existing falls under either fair use or gets copyright striked and proceeds to go to the original party. If this person had used pre-existing recordings, literally nobody would give two craps. People have been using that for years, not a gotcha."
Yeah, and the person who made Springtrapped used pre-existing recordings to trade a voice model to wrap around presumably another female's vocal performance.
Also, she has no clue how copyright works, as can be seen here. It really depends on how something is used, whether or not it can fall under fair use.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, our pre-stream audio where we just play music, That's technically not fair use, but don't tell
It
anybody.
It isn't fair use at all.
Yeah, but we're gonna cut it out in the VOD upload anyway, so it's fine.
But yeah, we're breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law. Bah! but yeah. Anyways, yeah, if it's a parody or if it's used in like context of a review, then it's fair use.
Yeah, or if it's remixed or if it is remixed into something else that is not an in-market replacement.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's that. Let's go next.
It got to the point. This is now someone pointing out how Vivziepop was terminally online and responded to nobody. So this Vivziepop said something, and then something regrettable, and then someone else with 4 followers, as we're gonna see, pointed it out in this quote in a quote tweet, and then this person says, "Too afraid. No wonder there was a whole trend of making fun of you, bro. Always lying to get out of shit."
All right. And then Vivziepop responds to this account, I guess. They kept avoiding my tweets in favor of making stuff up in reply to other ones. The I have a life excuse doesn't quite work. I blocked them because they were a 4-follower account making up lies and literally don't matter to me. Blocking you too, hun. Cope. And then this person responds.
Why do you care that a 4-follower account is making anything up about you? Saying the amount of followers isn't of aid here because it makes you sensitive. 4 followers, yet they managed to get a reply from you. Do you understand how trivial this makes you look, right?
Based. Honestly, this guy's based.
Yep.
And then he goes on.
Listen, hate can be much, and it can be be a lot. But from what I've seen over the years for your work and the community you've built up, it amazes me that you care about a community that is supposedly small and insignificant when you have fans who outweigh them. Especially here, you said it yourself. 4-follower account, like, dude, are you serious right now? You care about an account with 4 followers this much, despite making them out as insignificant. You're proving everyone who called you out point.
Yeah, that's again, this guy's based.
Because, like I said, she became unhinged because of Trump. Many such cases.
Many such cases. All right, and that seems to be it. There's no more after this one.
There is some current stuff that's going on, but the details are kind of fuzzy. Haven't been able to confirm, but apparently some of the people hired on to work on the actual Hazbin Hotel have rape fetishes. Vivziepop, along with that, Vivziepop has been accused of having a rape fetish as well, but I haven't seen any hard confirmation of this. But to this day, she is completely off a rocker on Twitter.
Yeah, that much is true. She's completely off the walls.
2020 broke her, like it broke a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, here's some of the cringe from fans of Hazbin Hotel.
All right.
Starting with Delta's long lost Australian twin brother.
Oh God. Yeah. So when we first found this picture, I pointed out this guy looks uncannily similar to me, and I'm just like, oh God.
I think it looks a bit like him. I mean, he's a bit fatter, but
he is fatter than I am. That is true, but it's just funny.
Yeah, and he added in 2 characters from Helluva Boss
because of course he did.
Just an RPG, like.
Mm-hmm. So
and
then
he also drew this.
He drew this.
I had to censor part of it because it was a really detailed pic of his hand on her ass. Unless these are both women, I don't know.
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't really know. Anyways.
And then here's an email he wrote to Vivziepop herself about someone donut stealing his OC.
Oh my god. Alright, here we go.
I blocked out the real email addresses for everyone, but because that's a public email to Vizzy. But look at his email: Pitbull fight promotions.
Oh my god. Why though? There's a couple things that I think are probably gonna also need to be censored too. There's one thing I think, but we'll censor it in post. But anyways,
I didn't think we need to censor Edward Harrison Edward Harrison, because no one knows who Edward Harrison is. So
all right. Anyway, so he writes to Vivziepop. Hey, Vivian Medrano, I know who the stealer is. It was Edward Harrison, known as Name and Address Withheld. And
just address
withheld. Who stole my character name, Helldeath, and turned into Gay Helldeath. And that's right. Edward Harrison, known as Address Withheld, and Address Withheld is bad. And Address is going to show Vivienne.
That one is just a throwaway gorilla mail, so it's not a real email address.
Okay. Is going to show Vivienne Medrano, and she thinks I'm gay for no reason. I'm not gay, I'm straight. Helldeath is straight. I am.
You're the homos.
I am straight, guys. I am not. You. It's you. Oh, accidentally hit
Go
next.
back.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. There's straight wrath red and a sword. A flame sword. Not gay, not pride, not rainbow, and not pride flag. I said Helldeath will be an official character in Helluva, not gay. Well, I think this character stinks. And also Edward Harrison, known as Address Withheld, and this address framed me and my character name Helldeath. Oh my god. So I showed my friend about Gay Helldeath and erased by magic pencil, because Gay Helldeath is an imposter.
Sus.
That's a bit sussy! Oh man. Anyways, yeah, that's... So then,
super mega fight.
Super mega fight by somebody else. These are now by different people.
Yeah.
Anyways, super mega edgy fight.
Yes.
Alright, anyways. And then
here's a Sinnock.
Totally
like,
original.
Sonic faces, 100%.
That's exactly. That's literally what it's supposed to be. It's Sonic faces.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure these are traced from like episodes of this, like Sonic X.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, 100%.
How original!
I'm not Sonic. No, I'm not Tails. I'm my original character, Blail.
Oh no! I'm inexplicably inflating again. How embarrassing!
And then there's this very Zango-esque art.
Honestly, it is very Zango-esque.
Very much so, considering the lack of any shading whatsoever.
Lack of shading, very stilted posing, very static shot, and like I don't know. Yeah, very static shot. Yeah, very Zango-esque. Anyways, there's this.
Here's this.
This is the comic dub content you've all been wanting.
Yes.
All right. You almost got it, Haley. Are you sure you don't want any help?
I have put it there, Father.
Haley, Vortex, I'm like home. Welcome back, Octavia. How was your visit with your dad? It went well. He's coming over later today with our daughter's Christmas present.
Why are they celebrating Christmas if they're in hell?
Wait, yeah, it just occurred to me. I know, I'm slow, but it just occurred to me. They're celebrating Christmas. Christmas. And these are demons. Anyway, do we go next or do we finish this?
Yeah, next.
Okay.
And
so
then there's this.
He's cuddling an egg. Egg. And he goes, "You're still my little egg."
Are you making fun of my head then?
Yes.
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 May I see it? May.
No. And then here's
here's
Cold
an
Steel
OC.
the Hound.
Here's OC Donut Steel.
OC Donut Steel. Oh man. Yep, he's a werewolf because of course he is.
Yep.
Oh, I'm lightheaded. I haven't done this in so long. All right, next.
Next. And here.
And then there's this.
There's something wrong with this image immensely, because if you've seen the SpongeBob episode, the abrasive side was on his back, so those horns should be on his front. His pants should be the other way around, and his tail should be coming out his ass.
This is inaccurate to SpongeBob lore.
Yes, it's inaccurate to Spinglebab.
This
I am suing.
We are suing this. Oh my god. Anyways.
And then here's this.
Here's an oh no moment.
Yep.
Can't this guy just leave them alone for once? 50 Shades of Boss.
Hey, boss!
What's up?
I want a raise.
No, you're fired.
Well, yeah, more fucking smut. I don't know if it actually got written or it's a fan fiction. Probably not, but
I don't know.
oh no.
Anyways,
And there's red colored Freddy and the furry trash.
Of course.
William Afton. Also, by the way, you need to unprivate that video.
Oh, which one?
The one, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, like, link to the Patreon thing.
Okay, alright. I'll do that. After
right
the
now.
stream. Yeah. Anyways, next, we have another OC Donut Steel.
Donut Steel. Yomi soda.
Alright. Alright,
Fun fact, has suspenders. That's my favorite personality trait.
Yeah. Y'all, ladies out there, alright? If a man has no suspenders, that ain't no man. Alright? That's a weirdo. Okay?
Yes.
It needs suspenders. Alright. Anyways, next.
Another OC Donut Steel.
A human and a blue imp. Just a very, very blue imp.
Something tells me this someone who draws like this, because this isn't Christian adult. This is very obviously a kid.
Yeah.
Drawing this. The kid should not be watching anything by Vivziepop.
Yeah, they really shouldn't be. It's considering the content of Vivziepop's content. Yeah.
No.
That kid should stay far away from it. But anyways, feet. Feet.
Because of course.
Of course.
This was originally a GIF,
Yes, this is actually a GIF.
and someone has coomed over it 100%.
Oh yeah. Anyways, another OC Donut Steel, which admittedly it's well drawn, but still it's an OC.
OC, it's my OC.
It's my OC. Oh, it's so good to do that voice again. All right. Anyways,
Some
some
crappy
bases
bases.
because of
Like,
course
look at that base. Like, look at the person on the right. Look at that head.
it's very square.
It's just a pencil eraser.
It's a Lego head. It's a Lego minifigure. Oh man. And then of course we have
More OC donut
OC
steals.
donut steal. Do we read this or just move on?
No, you don't need to read it.
Yeah, okay, all right. And then we have this.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I'm pretty sure that's an Equestria girl's base. I wouldn't be surprised.
It certainly looks like it. All right, yeah. Anyways, speaking of Equestria girls,
Yep.
there
Because
you go.
ponies are everywhere.
Because creatures of the equine are everywhere in every vicinity.
Yep. And autism overlaps.
Of course it does. Anyways,
And then there's this
we,
person.
we are the Luna Legion, for we are many. What is this?
I have no idea, but
I feel like there has to have been at least a little bit of irony in this, right?
No, this is the product of someone who has no self-awareness whatsoever. This person, probably a teenage boy, on the spectrum, or maybe Down syndrome,
Who knows?
who has access to rudimentary image manipulation software, unironically made this, thinking he was hot shit.
Yeah, I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised at this point. Anyways, and again, this kind of looks like an Equestria Girls base with the
it's too good. That's just the way Vivziepop's art style looks a lot like Equestria Girls, honestly.
It kind of, you know what it does.
Basic human.
If you really think about it, yeah, it does.
But this is just the human version of the wolf we keep seeing.
Yeah. And then there's Lincoln Loud with Helluva Boss clothing.
Yes, this is specifically related to Helluva Boss. Don't tell me how, but it is.
Apparently. All right. Anyways,
and here's a more
realistic interpretation of the wolf character.
Yes.
And like it's uncanny.
It is.
It
so reaches uncanny. The uncanny valley.
It really does. Anyways, next we have actually
another crossover
from and then crossed over with the art style of course Vivziepop's works. All right. Anyways, next and then of course
here's just gay porn.
Yeah, Pineapple had to censor that. Yeah,
but it's gay porn.
There's a lot. There's a lot of that in this fandom.
Forgot to mention, Laura the pedophile is also extremely into this shit.
Of course. I'm not surprised. Anyways, next. Here's them as VeggieTales characters for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but here they are. And then here's some
Super Mario
SMG4. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I couldn't find was Vivziepop getting mad at someone making Amazing Digital Circus, but directed by Vivziepop, which is a video where it's just the trailer for Amazing Digital Circus, but redubbed with a bunch of swearing and sex references.
Yeah, because obviously Vivziepop shows have that exactly.
And Vivziepop got big mad, and people made, and because she got big mad, and people further made fun of her for it.
Oh, that's where all those memes came from.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. There you go. Now I know. Anyways, we have a very niche crossover. there's this character with Petrie from The Land Before Time.
I think I know who made this. I don't remember his name, but I think I know the guy.
Do you think you know the guy?
Yeah, there's this one Spurg who's super obsessed with the Land Before Time. Like unreasonably obsessed with it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was the guy.
Neither would I.
Hmm. But I think that's it because there's no more here.
Yeah. No, before we get into the last segment, I think you guys know what we have to talk about now.
Oh yes.
And
This it wouldn't be a complete show without what we're about to get into.
now we can't show anything because what is the guy's name?
Verbal Ace.
Verbal Ace has gotten gotten his MCN to strike down and remove pretty much anything making fun of him using any if it has any of his content. So we can't even play the thing he's famous for, which is the Thanos beatboxing shit.
Oh wow.
To give a rundown, Verbal Ace is a guy who made basically a discount epic rap battles of history between fictional characters. But instead of rap, it's beatbox. And he got famous because of the Thanos one. And then he vanished for 6 months. And then when he came back, because he vanished for 6 months, he was getting like upwards of like 20 million views a video.
Yeah.
And when we came back, he was still getting respectable, but it was vastly diminished, and it's gone downhill since.
Yeah, considering this guy spends like I think what was it? What's it called when it's 5 digits? Is it 5 figures?
Yeah, it's 5 figures. We'll get to what's causing, but this guy has to spend because this guy has can't animate. All he can do is beatbox. He has to pay people to make these videos, and when he's not pumping them out, the money isn't coming in month to month.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't afford to keep doing it. So he burns through it, and his channel is slowly going downhill to the point where he announces his main thing's dead. But the reason for his hiatus, as many of you guys know, was because he commissioned one of his animators to make a porn. It makes the most softcore shit imaginable.
Yeah.
Between his main OC self insert and Charlie, I want to say the main girl from Helluva Boss.
Hazbin Hotel, but yeah, her name is Charlie.
Yeah, Hazbin Hotel.
To be fair, I mix those two shows up all the time too.
I had to scuff some.
Those two shows are literally like just melded together in my head, so I don't blame you there.
And he spent $50,000 on this softcore pornography where there isn't any nudity whatsoever.
Yeah. You guys have probably seen it going all over the internet anyways, but of course,
yep.
A Vivziepop stream would not be complete without at least mentioning that particular incident.
I wish we could show you at least some of it, but he's being copyright. He's pulling a Zango and false flagging everything that could possibly include it.
Yep, exactly. So we can't show you it, unfortunately. I wish we could.
Nope.
I think with that, though, we can get into the final section.
Yeah. Either way, though, that's the situation with Vivziepop. Currently, there's big spin with if Vivziepop is paying the workers fairly, or if she's into rape and all of that stuff. All that stuff is still very fresh, and things haven't shaken out yet, so I don't want to comment on those. But like I said, needless to say, she's going to keep being terminally online, and the show's going to go into the toilet because it's not very good.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts right there as well. I mean, like after the initial like wow factor of the show being indie animation, people are gonna look at it and be like, "Yeah, this show's not very good," and then
And
it'll just fall off the face of the earth.
the sad thing is that so much effort is being put into it, but they couldn't get one decent script writer.
Oh, that's true.
Anyways, let's get on to the green text segment.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking at some green texts. All right, here you go.
Here's Anon becomes a supervillain.
All right. Bullied in kindergarten, bullied in elementary school, bullied in middle school, bullied in high school, bullied in college, shunned by women, ignored by employers, no job, no hope, just wanted to end it. Found my dream job at a tobacco company. I get paid $250,000 a year to destroy you all with smoke and travel to Asia to do stuff.
To fuck prostitutes.
Yeah. I hope you all choke to death. Dun dun dun.
Yep. So this is the type of person who works for a tobacco company.
I'm honestly not even surprised. Anyways, I think you can read this one.
Yeah. Sits down next to black woman at a bus stop, shoves chocolate in his mouth, immediately tells her he's named after the famous member of the KKK. Is this the most realistic bus stop interaction in cinema?
Oh no. That's in some neighborhoods it is though. That's unfortunate. Oh man. All right, next. Be me in middle school. About 14 to 15 at the time, loved the Three Stooges. Wasn't born in their heyday, but owned a lot of DVDs and VCRs of them. Coincidentally, was also a huge loner. Popular bully target. At lunch one day, everything going normal. Suddenly, notorious school bully comes up to me. The dude is like twice my size, and the fattest 15-year-old I've ever seen. Hassles me like normal, shoves, taunts, insults, the whole shebang. Ticked off but hold it in, don't want to get in a fight with him, he'd kick my butt. Eventually, he tries to take away my lunch money, and since I was kinda poor, that was the only cash I'd get for the rest of the month. Something snaps. I jump up and yell, "Hands off my dough, you big palooka!" Didn't even mean to say it, it just comes out. Fatty laughs at me and insults me more. Oh, a wise guy.jpg. Slap his face like how Mo does to Larry and Curly. I think I might have even said, "Why, I oughta," before slapping. That escalates it into a fight, and of course, I'm getting my butt beat. One last stooge trick, I poke him in the eyes. Not just a poke, I force my fingers in as far as I possibly can into his eyes. My fingernails were also uncut, and were essentially little knives. Oh god. Bully reels back with the most pained-sounding shriek imaginable, but my fingers stay in his eyes. 2 teachers have to pry my fingers out of his eyes, and when they do, he's crying blood. I got 2 weeks of ISS, in-school suspension.
In-school suspension, young soda.
Well, I was about to say something gross, but I feel like that'd actually be too gross. And Bully was gone for like a month. When he came back, he was wearing the thickest glasses I've ever seen, and wore glasses the rest of his school career. Bully never bothered anyone again. Holy cow.
Yeah. That's intense, and and that's actually believable, considering it says VHS. This was probably before zero tolerance became a thing.
Oh, yeah?
So, it was likely it was probably like very early 2000s.
I mean, maybe. I could see that, because DVDs existed. Anyways.
Next.
Yeah, it's yours.
Well, oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, society is so
Atomized.
I wish people still socialize then when... No, what? We should build walkable cities and not force people to pay a quarter of their salary to the car industry just to run basic errands. But this would be healthier for everyone, promote socialization, and there would be less traffic for people who still want to drive. But that's communism. I need my 60K keg cage so I can drive to work in congested traffic and pay highway toll. You're anti-free, and everyone should be forced to buy a car. We need to bulldoze every American landmark and turn them into parking lots.
It doesn't help that, like, the guy on the left looks like the AVGN a little bit.
That's just the chud face.
I know, but it looks like AVGN. Anyways.
And of course, a Leaf would say that.
Of course.
Like, would strawman this.
Oh my
A
goodness.
fucking Leaf.
Anyways. Put more food in the dirt. Much more food comes out. You expect me to believe this malarkey?
The old triangle out of metal. It doesn't sink. Bullshit.
That's good. Anyways. Me or you?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Found history today and not be me. Get hired as a janitor in places an office looking like it was made around the 90s. Company's budget couldn't afford to fix anything, so the building was filled with stains and cracks and just disgusting ass place in general. Begin to see similarities with the original Backrooms image. Carpet looks similar. The wallpaper or patterns, etc. Eventually, midway through the shift, I get in one of these other areas of the office. It's the original Backrooms image. Holy shit.jpg. Take a picture with it on my phone and then try to crop and compress it until it looks like the angle of the original image. Okay, I found the Backrooms. What the fuck do I do?
Wow.
Get out. Try to get out.
Get out of there. You gotta get out of there. Oh, here we go. When Spider-Man... You can't see it, but I'm doing the Bully McGuire dance. When Spider-Man adopted a dark persona, his confidence went through the roof. Had women's jaw dropping left and right when he walked by them on the street. Effortlessly cucked his biggest enemy in 20 seconds, and an entire newspaper was forced to apologize to Peter. Flirted with his cute neighbor and coworker every day. Could have done it either at any moment if he felt like it. Doubled his salary and got a new office. Got a funky James Brown theme whenever he walked around. I thought he was meant to be an unlikable bad guy here. What did Raimi mean by this?
Spider-Man 3 was the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
Even better than Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
Even better than the first one?
That's hard.
Oh, see, there you go.
I like Spider-Man 2, but I think a lot of the filler parts are meh.
All right.
Compared to 1 and 3.
Well, there you go. Anyways. You're up, Pineapple.
Well, can you do a Mr. Beast voice? If you can, I'll do the next two.
Okay, alright, sounds pretty good. Okay. Hello, yes, I would like to purchase 20 rounds of tank ammunition, 100 crates of TNT, and 10,000 gallons of gasoline.
What? No, why the fuck would you need that?
But it's for a Mr. Beast video.
Oh, well, in that case.
So any weirdo with a YouTube channel can just own stuff like this?
Yes.
Yes. This is America. Next. Alright.
Dad is a strict no guns policy at home. I'm a gunless loser. Who gives a fuck about your life, cunt? Murder him with a knife to prove him wrong about his gun's bad stance.
That'll show him. Oh, man. Wait, actually,
Harry Potter! Did you forge my name in the Epstein flight logs? Dumbledore said calmly.
Dumbledore said calmly. Anyways, next. Sniper takes skill, dude! Just respect the sight line, Bigger. He's balanced and he can't defend himself against all the classes. Okay, he is most of the time behind the enemy where you cannot reach him, let alone attack him, but just flank him, forget about the objective, and target him constantly. You don't understand! Okay, he can invalidate his only counter, but he's still balanced, okay? Just get good at the game. Good, it's completely fair and balanced that he has no counters.
Sniper's only counter is sniper.
Technically true. Sniper's only hard counter is sniper. Yeah. Anyways, let me see here.
New feature, panic button. Nice. Jerk off. Dad comes in. Hit panic button. Opera GX opens Twitter a new panic tab. My Twitter shows a thick, furry femboy farting in someone's mouth.
No.
My face would have been less humiliating to be catch with my dick out looking at actual porn.
Yeah. I mean, it really would have. Straight up. Yeah. Anyways. As seamless releases, e-celebs start leaving the platform.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Yes, for legal reasons. This is a joke. But still, it's a funny joke.
Yes.
Oh, man. Anyways.
I've become addicted to defiling slugs. Be me, live in shitty house with slugs always crawling in through cracks in doors and windows. Rage at first and simply kill or flush them. This anger slowly develops in nature, becoming mixed with a sick sexual frustration. Every time, whenever I see a slug now, I capture and piss/cum
Dear God.
and grab it with toilet paper and flush in the suffocation of my slurry of my excrement. Begin to get actually excited about this and find it more pleasurable than being with a woman. My face when I've been chemically addicted to sexually terrorizing slugs.
Second for that one.
It's at this point I've actually considered buying slugs online just to facilitate this. Anyone else have a similar experience? Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Anyways. Oh no, the student is dead. What a tragedy. Although he could have easily been killed by a dragon, drowned in the mermaid lake, or choked to death by weeds in the labyrinth in all of the previous competitions. But this particular death is tragic.
But for a kid, it's in a series of extreme death sports for entertainment. Dude, this is so freaking epic, my man. People die in these tournaments. Act surprised when distraught when mandatory 1 year of mourning when one of them actually dies. Yeah, this always bothered.
Yeah. Anyways. Gandalf, we are no match for Sauron's non-existent army. We must join him, even though I'm the only one building his army and can choose not to. Anyways, that's it. That seems to be it.
Yeah, that is certainly it.
Yep, and from the looks of it, that seems to be it for the stream.
Yep. That would be it. The short stream for the first one back.
Oh yeah, but I mean, hey, you know what? Super glad to have you back. I missed having you on the show. Yeah.
Missed doing it.
Yeah, really. Yeah, this was really enjoyable to get back into, and I hope we'll be able to do this for many, for a long time to come.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, Realist, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie review, you piece of shit bore.
I will. Don't worry.
Go work on it.
I am working on it. It's completely in my control.
Do you realize if that video is not back up, no one will see it, and nothing will happen?
I see. All right. Well, I think this is probably we're just gonna get off then. I think.
Yep.
All right. So
Anyways, I've been Pineapple. This guy has been a Borb. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, Smoothie.
Fuck you, you fucking dick.